Wake up, warriors! Hi guys, it's Diane Kaiser here, and I'm tuning in to you from Costa Rica, Pura Vida. I am in the hot tub in what's called Arenal, which is at the base of this beautiful volcano, sitting in hot springs. And I'm not saying this to try to make you jealous, although a big part of our ego wants to be jealous of other people, and we also want to point the finger at other people for just being lucky. Like, oh, you were just handed this lifestyle, someone just gave you this trip to Costa Rica. I want to use this moment, this opportunity, these thoughts that are flowing through me as I sit in these amazing mineral-rich hot springs to share a little bit of what's on my heart and inspire you some, because I did not come here to Costa Rica to work for a month just out of nowhere. I wasn't just like, yeah, let's do this. There is a tremendous amount of fear that was involved with me saying yes to this. And I think that people tend to, when they see people, doing things to follow their dreams or their heart, they tend to just think, oh, that person's completely fearless. And I want you guys to know that that is the farthest thing from the truth. It's not about being complete devoid of fear. It is about being less of fear, and that would be fearless. It wouldn't be zero fear, right? For the rest of our life, we're going to have some sort of a fear that plagues us, and fear can be a very, very insidious emotion, and that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. So there's 4 different ways that fear can show up in your life, and you may not even know it. So it's kind of like a very manipulative emotion where you're like, oh man, this thing was tricking me, and that's your ego, right? Everything that has to do with fear is ego-based, and everything that has to do with the heart is faith-based. So if we can spin that, if we can twist that, if we can trade that in, if we can trade fear in for faith, at least even switch the percentage by a little bit, then you're winning. So I wanted to share the 4 different ways that fear shows up in your life, and the 4 different ways that you can flip the bird to your fear and flip the thumbs up to your faith. And so the first one is this, and I went through this big program and realized this is a big one that I had no idea until even just today as I was sitting in these waters. That was one of my 4 fear-based responses. So I'm like, oh yeah, no, I don't have that much fear. I go diving with sharks, I do all these things. So I'm like, holy shit, there it is. So I noticed that there are 4 P's. So we either, 1, we approach something trying to be perfect, thinking that we need to be perfect. We will procrastinate, and I'll talk to you a lot about what that means and how that looks. And then we play small. We play small and we think that we can't do it, and we look for excuses to confirm that. And then number 4, we pretend like we know it all. So I'll go through all of those. The last one is totally me. Actually, all of them are me, but all of them are all of us. All of these parts that exist in me exist in you, exist in every single human being. So none of these things are like, oh my God, you feel that too? The only difference is that some people are more vocal about it and vulnerable about sharing it, and being okay being judged, because I'm judging myself for being this way. And of course, if that's how you are, then I'm judging a part of myself through you when I notice that you're one of these 4 P's. Again, reminder, note to self, we are every single one of these 4 P's. So I have been embarking on this new journey, and of course here I am in Costa Rica, and I'm working still, so I can work anywhere with my laptop. So I've created this life for myself over the last 2 decades. I've always said I want to be mobile. I want to have the freedom to be able to say yes to whatever I want and go wherever I want without having to have fear or worry or excuses hold me back, because of course fear will create excuses, and then those excuses win, and then we don't. We keep living in our bubble. So by no means is my life perfect. By no means is the situation that I'm in right now perfect, but it feels perfect. It feels right. And I think perfectionism would actually be the thing that destroys our ability to even say yes to opportunities like this, to bring your laptop and, or stop working in corporate America and, create an online business, coach, become a coach. We need 50 to 80,000 health and nutrition coaches to pull us out of this destruction that we're in America. So I do have clients that are following their dreams because they are following their energy, which has been turned on because of the work that they've done through me, with me as their health coach and nutritionist. And they quit their corporate careers as a nurse, as a model, as a CEO, whatever the case may be. They quit and they get on their laptops and they travel the world. So there's many people doing this, right? It's not, and so I've created my life this way before it was even trendy, and now a lot of people are wanting to do it. So you can do it too. But the first thing is, your mind is going to want to try to make it perfect. It's going to think that it needs to be the way that it appears on the outside, on, like, let's say even me, like, oh, look, Diane seems to have it all together. Well, I'll share with you my fourth P, and you'll hear a little bit more about why you probably think that and why we do that to everybody, right? So we think we need to have this all perfect. And so then what we do is we look to someone else who appears to have it perfect, and we work with them, which is a great model. I think that every single person should do this. If we want something that someone else has and they're teaching, go hire them because they've mastered it. But if you try to do it if you try to be exactly that person, if you try to live that exact person's life, if you don't try to do things on your own and fall and progress forward and fall forward, there is no failure, there is only learning, right? If you don't try any of this stuff, you're never going to learn, and you're going to be, and the fear of trying and failing, or I would say learning, is the complexion of the ego to appear as though everything is put together. There's nothing wrong under here. Everything is perfect. I'm good. I've been pretending my whole life that there's nothing wrong, and I'm just going to keep suppressing it into my digestive tract, making me more sick, fat, fatigued, and frustrated. So perfectionism will create paralysis, and that will kill your dreams every single time. So that's one thing, is perfectionism. And then the next one, and that's what so many people are looking for, so many women are trying to be perfect, and I'm like, girl, it's not about that at all, because I'm not perfect, no one is, but we are projecting that onto other people, thinking that that's what we're supposed to be. So again, don't look at someone's Instagram story and think that that's a perfect capture of their entire life. They have issues too, just like I'm talking about here. So the second one is procrastination. And procrastination comes in, this is probably the most insidious one of them all. Okay. This is probably the most insidious one of them all, and what happens with that one is we start creating things to do, thinking that, oh, we're so important, our ego is looking for purpose, our ego is looking for serotonin, dopamine, things to check off and say, yeah, I did it, I'm important, I did this stuff, I'm needed, I'm big, I'm powerful. And so instead of just doing the thing that could save our life and change our life, we keep creating new little things to make ourselves feel important and to prevent becoming that big thing, because becoming this big thing comes with responsibility, and our ego wants to be lazy and it wants to stay safe. So I keep catching myself going, oh, I gotta create this, I gotta redesign my website, I gotta redo this blog, I gotta create this picture, I gotta create this template, I gotta hire this person, and every single one of those things is nowhere near necessary for this huge project that I'm working on that can change the ovaries of women all around the world, right? And hormones and energy levels and dreams. So I'm like, damn it, Diane, stop making it about you. This is not about you. This is about, helping other women, save them from themselves, right? So every time I procrastinate, I am thinking more about myself and how stupid I might look and fear of whatever, instead of thinking about you guys and all the help that you guys need, that you're looking for and can't find, and will find it once you find us and me and this project I'm creating. So it's really funny. I gotta literally create a to list. I gotta change, rearrange my underwear. I gotta buy new underwear. I gotta take this back. I gotta, put my hangers in rainbow color order. Stupid shit. Guys, does that really matter? There's something called decision fatigue, and if we create, Jim Quick, you could look this up, our brain literally stops working after we have created a ton of to-dos and things that we have to decide upon, and then we just don't have any steam left, and we wonder why we're so tired at the end of the day. So then the third one is we play small. and we look for reasons that we will fail. We'll call a friend up who we know every single time will endorse us and say, yeah, you know, you don't need that anyway. You're already blah, blah, blah. Just like play safe with me, or play safe in your life, and they'll talk you out of it. So you'll surround yourself with people. Don't look at me that way, because I know I do it too. You'll surround yourself with people that will endorse this about you, that will, you know, agree to you jumping ship and ditching your dreams. This happens all the time. So, and then you're gonna be like, oh no, I want my money back on a program that you enlisted in or whatever, but that's because you're playing small, because you have lost belief and faith in yourself, and you're living in your dreams. So again, which one do you want to live in? You get to decide every single day, every moment of the day. We have to keep consciously deciding fear or faith, and every time we say no to our dreams, we're saying yes to fear. We always have choice though. The last one is that we pretend like we know it all. And that's totally me. I think that's my biggest driving force, is that I'm afraid to appear as though I don't know everything, and so I don't ask for help. That's what that looks like, is we don't ask for help. We're afraid that we're going to inconvenience someone. We're afraid that we are going to look stupid. We're afraid that our question is going to be met with, what a dumb question. We're afraid that people aren't going to help us, and we feel abandoned. We feel as though, I think I listed the majority of the big ones, but not asking for help is a big one. And people hide. We hide because we're afraid. We hide because we're afraid we're not going to be seen. And these are all things that start in childhood. So if you have abandonment issues, which all of us do, every single human being does, we won't ask, because if we don't ask, then we don't have to fear putting ourselves out there, and the vulnerability of putting ourselves out there, and then also the responsibility of, once we get an answer, then having to take action. So a lot of us just realize that, oh my God, we have a lot to do. If I get an answer and I know this person, like for a lot of people who hire me, I have the answers, and they know that if I give them the answers, that means on the other side of that is action. So we've got to take action once we have the knowing, right? So our ego wants to keep us small. This is the basic, summary of all of this. Is our ego, your ego, is going to continue to sabotage the shit out of you, and your ego wants you to play it safe. Your ego is living in fear. Your ego wants you to sleep in a snuggie on the couch and watch Netflix and chill all damn day long, and eat some French toast and French fries and fried chicken and alcohol and coffee, and repeat the next day, and surround yourself with a bunch of friends who play it safe and talk superficially with you about cars, sex, Vegas, and gambling, or stupid shit like that. So anyway, you guys, it's your choice. Do you want to live in fear, or do you want to live in faith? And do you want to follow your dreams, or do you want to follow the masses? Every single day you decide. What determines your success will be whether or not you can choose faith over fear, and be consistent about it every single day. Not every day is going to be free of fear, remember that. But every single day you're making a conscious choice to say, fuck you, fear, faith wins. And damn it, I am going to follow my dreams and follow the path that God put me on here to accomplish whatever purpose and passion that I want to serve. And the people every day when I wake up are waiting for me to step into my faith. It is selfish if we think otherwise, because this life is not about you. It is about serving everyone else, and then you get the love, the need, the respect, and all of the recognition that you want and that you desire. So I hope that last part resonates, because for me, that really pisses off my heart, and the ego is like, oh man, stop listening to the heart. So I'm Diane Kaiser. I'm hoping that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you enjoyed hanging with me in this hot tub in Costa Rica, and stay tuned for more videos like this. Make sure you hit subscribe below on YouTube, and follow us in the Unicorn Wellness Warrior Tribe. I may change the name in the future, but you'll see all the links at the end of this video. Inspire, inspire, inspire. It is within you. Truth, trust yourself, find a tribe, and seek transformation. For the rest of your life, you will have the dream life that you desire. Bye, warriors.